Here's the Wavegenius forecast for June 11th, 2013. This is going to be a semi-long-term look at the Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq. I haven't updated this chart in a long time, but basically I'll be posting. I'll be updating the chart in this video on the long-term view of the chart. But essentially, we have an S&P. There's one of two scenarios in S&P right now. Either this is wave 1, this is 2, this is a 3, or we start this is the peak of the 5 right here in this area to 1475, and then drop into wave 2 to 1350. So essentially, if S&P moved up 5 waves from to around 1075 to around 1425, the first wave, and drop from 1425 to 1275 as wave 2. The highest target to have by the end of the summer would be about 1840 before a wave 4 correction. So we could, third wave extension can reach as high as 1840 if this area right here is a wave 2. But if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this area is a wave 2, the highest target to have for S&P would be about 2,000 even, exactly 2,000. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a corrective 2, and this is a third wave. This is a 3 of 3. So if we're in the middle of a 3 of 3, the high, again, the two targets are either 1840 or 2,000 S&P, and long term, 2215 is the 1.618 level, and 3300 is 1.618 times the percentage gain of the first wave. So here's the four targets: either 1840 in a correction, 2000 in a correction, or 2200 in a correction, or 3300 in a correction, and a deep correction. So as we head into the September-October period, I'm thinking that we might hit either between 2000 and 2200, and then we correct in a deep 4 heading into September-October. For the Dow, long-term chart, if this area right here is wave 2, highest target I have for the Dow would be about 16,775. And if this area right here turns out to be the wave 2, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this area down to 12,500 is wave 2. High target I have for the Dow would be about 18,000 or 17,775. So between 16,775 and 18,000 is the highest target I have for the Dow. If this is 1, 2, 3, or this is 1, 2, and 3. In long term, I believe 1.618 would be about, I think it was 22,000. For the Dow, yeah, I think the 1.618 target is 22,000, and the 1.618 times the percentage gain target is 33,000, or 33,346 to be exact. So the four targets head into the end of the year. Again, 16,775, 18,000, 22,000, or not going to happen this year, obviously 33,000, but probably if this sustains well until like the next 2 or 3 years, or 2 to 4 years, that 33,000 target may not seem as crazy as you think. Just, I mean, all it is would be a double from here. That's not really a big deal. I mean, we've almost, Dow was 6,000 a while ago, or S&P was 666. 666 was the S&P, and now we're right near 1642. So we almost tripled in value. So it's not that crazy when you really think about it. For Nasdaq, target to have 1, 2, 3. Basically, they're just as the same depth as a wave 2. So if this is 1, 2, and 3, the highest target to have if Nasdaq finally catches up to the rest of the market would be about 4,100 to 4,200 at the end of this third wave. If this is 1, 2, and 3, so it still could be 1, 2, 3 in Nasdaq, and the index I'm watching the most though is S&P because it looks pretty clear cut to me. I'm gonna go back about 10 years here, or 5 years since 2009. I mean, you look at this chart; it's clearly a third wave. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, crash wave 2, and then right into a wave 3. And within the wave 3, we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. It's like the most obvious pattern right now. And if you can't see this, you're blind. You're blind because this is the recognition pattern. This is where you start to recognize, hey, this is a fucking third wave. So if you don't recognize that this is being a third wave, it's to me it's pretty obvious that S&P is on a third wave or a 3 of 3. It's pretty obvious to me. And so 1850 to 2000, it really is not a big deal when you really think about it. I just look at this pattern. It's so clear cut. Then you have what, the Russell. Let's see what Russell looks like right now. Yeah, Russell's has the same third wave pattern, 1, 2, 3, to the previous 4 third wave. Transports. I mean, it looks like 1, 2, 3 in everything. I mean, it's so obvious. I don't know why people continue to fight this market. I mean, I was talking to a guy this weekend. He was talking about black swan events, like, oh, there could be a huge earthquake and everybody could die. Like, do you really, honestly, God, is that how you live your life? Live your life that way? I mean, and then the guy's like, oh, then there could be an impeachment and Obama could be impeached. Like, for what reason? Jesus Christ. I mean, there are still plenty of bears out there. There are still plenty, like, out on the street. There's still people, like, you listen to conversations on the street like, oh, the economy is so bad, that's why I have no job. Yeah, whatever, liar. Because you're a loser, that's why. Ooh, okay. Anyway, I'm getting a little too personal now, but if you guys can't clearly see that this is 1, 2, 3, you're blind. This is the recognition wave. This is where you recognize, hey, this is a third wave. Do not short this market at all. That's a wrap.